Hey, my wandering wanderers. Today we're going to be doing a love reading for the week of 518. Please note that we will be pulling cards and asking thought-provoking questions. Ooh, thank you. And statements to help identify and align us into the direction we need to go for love. Please note that this will help us understand and comprehend our own internal perceptions and perspectives of love also. This should also help us understand and identify elements of love that can help us understand how we bring out that feeling of passion that we all desire, especially for relationships. Please note that we'll be using the Jon Holland Psychic Tarot for the Heart deck for the overarching vibe and the focus for guidance, the Soul Journey deck for mental concepts and perspectives at play, the Romancing Angels Answers deck for gateways and thresholds of alignment, and the Wild Unknown Archetype uh, Oracle deck for additional energies and vibes to tap into and feel out. Please note that you do have free will, but resonance might dredge something up. So if you resonate, great. If you don't resonate, thank you for your time. Dear universe, please seeking a clear channel for your guidance. Please seeking a clear channel for your guidance underneath the planet of Venus. Please seeking a clear channel for your guidance underneath the planet of Venus for love and relationships. Please seeking a clear channel for your guidance underneath the star sign of Venus for love and relationships. Alrighty, let's go ahead and get into the Jon Holland Psychic Tarot for the Heart. Dear Venus, oh Venus, what do we need to know about love today? What do we need to know about love today? How are we guided to have love and understand love from the perception of relationships and connectivity today? Okay, what we got going on? Something that we don't know of that might need a well-deserved reward, something we might be foundationally working on might need a well-deserved reward, something that was communicated that needs the truth to be seen from it, and something we have to understand about the experiences of daydreams and decisions, simultaneously speaking. When it comes to this experience of this daydream and decision, how do we understand the truths that are articulated with this daydream and decision? What is this well-deserved reward? This foundational aspect of this well-deserved reward. Something to think about. What do you dream about? Like when it comes to love and whatnot. Um, when it comes to love and whatnot, are you an individual that likes to daydream about experiences, and hopes things go in a certain direction? Like, are you an individual that likes to take time to envision things play out? And also, like, do you internalize these things playing out simultaneously speaking when you're actually thinking about these streams of being with someone or envisioning, or even imagining for that matter, doing stuff with someone? Like, do you actually follow through in your visualizations? Things to think about. Simultaneously speaking, for those who are out there, daydreaming about making decisions with their significant other, are you actually taking the time to envision or visualize it and then actively ask the question to find out if this was true or not true? Like, how do you, from the perceptions of love, like, how do you take the time to visualize these things and follow them through? And for those who do have daydreams or envisions themselves making choices with their significant other or the individual to be, do they trust their experience or their instincts to seek the truth out and then turn around and realize if it was a hit or not a hit, or was it really what they thought it was? Are you actually taking time to actively follow through on these daydreams and decisions that you would be doing with your significant other or your mate to be? Do you follow through in these things? And even then, it's just like if you did take the time, or if you're an individual that does daydream, did you actually follow through? Did you shoot your shot? Was it what you thought it was? Food for thought. Let's go ahead and pull some mental concepts to think about. Okay, we have blame and discipline. Okay, blame. I accept responsibility for my well-being. Discipline. I can accomplish whatever I set my mind to. Okay, so something about the awareness for seeking this truth and how it pertains to a well-deserved reward. Interesting. Okay, from the perception of relationships, when there's something going on, are you taking the time to be accountable for your own actions, especially when it comes to seeking truth? Simultaneously speaking, are you daydreaming about things positively aspected or negatively aspected? Simultaneously speaking, are you actively taking the time to follow through to find out if something is true or not true? Are you daydreaming? Are you vibing? Simultaneously speaking, discipline. I can accomplish what I set my mind to. The discipline card in itself is a third eye chakra card. So if you are an individual that likes to daydream about your significant other or your relationships, do you take the time to daydream and envision these things and actively um, see if these insights or these intuitional awarenesses are do you take the time to see if these intuitions or these hits are actually true or not? Do you actually take the time to follow through on things that you're thinking about with this individual or this significant other? Like, do you take the time to follow through simultaneously? When you don't, do you understand and accept your own accountability for having these moments and not following through on it? Simultaneously speaking, are you daydreaming that someone's going to do something and just hope for that stuff to physically play out? I mean, the well deserved reward card is out here. So if you're taking time to understand your own internal visualizations between you and the person that you want to be with, um, are you actively following through? Are you taking the time to be physically realistic with this person and understand the difference between you going in and taking your time daydreaming and concocting scenarios with them? Are you, you know, getting that physical data to find out that they're a lot more than what you thought they were, that kind of thing. Stuff to think about. Daydreaming and visualization is great, but also make an effort to follow through. You might be surprised. Um, let's go ahead and pull some gateways or thresholds of alignment, just focal energy to, or excuse me, threshold energy to think about when it comes to doing this stuff. Visualization does help. That's why we daydream. Alright, boom. Harmony. This partnership will bring peace and harmony to your life if you allowed it. So harmony. When it comes to taking time to daydream and envision these connections or these relationships or these instances with your significant other, what percentage of these instances are actually in alignment with the overarching relationship? You know, is taking time to is this daydream that you've envisioned with your significant other, is it harmonious to your current relationship? And if it was, did you physically follow through on this thing and were you rewarded? Was the thing that you wanted a well-deserved reward, was it in harmony with the current direction of the relationship? Or was this daydream in harmony towards what this perception of a relationship is for you? Simultaneously speaking, by taking the time to, by taking the time to seek the truth, how much in sync are you with yourself? How much are you in sync with them? And even then, by taking the time to come through and daydream and inquire, does this create discipline for you from the perception of actually following through on this? Or does this help you understand that you can't always blame other people for these things or instances by actually taking the time to follow through and ask this person a question and realize what a real response was versus what you thought it was? You know, things to think about, food for thought. How are these things, how is it that these daydreams and decisions are harmonious with the reward that you want it to be? Just food for thought. Let's go ahead and pull an oracle deck card. Excuse me. Well, and an archetype card. What is the core energy for us to understand? Core energy for us to understand. And how do we bring this out when it comes to the perception of love and relationships? The self. The self like energy is at play. It's like sovereignty coming through. Are you actually being yourself? When you are in harmony or in sync with who you are. When you are harmonious, when you are in harmony, you are physically in sync with you are yourself. Are you taking time to actually be yourself? Do you understand who you are? Do you understand how you are when you feel? Um, Coming to your center, like more focused on like the it's like the striations coming to yourself. When you are in harmony, you're being yourself. So if you're taking the time to be yourself and follow through on your intuitions, like are you trusting yourself? Are you tapping into yourself to be harmonious to not only who you are, but are you actually taking time to be integritous to this aspect of this relationship? Or are you being integritous to, or when you're being yourself, are you in harmony to this type of relationship that you want to bring forward? When you're being yourself, are you being harmonious with this visualization of you and your significant other? Like, does that really work for you? Are you following it through? You know, these are things to think about, but also think about when you're actually being yourself and how that feels like. When are you in harmony? I mean, technically, when you're yourself, you're always in harmony, right? And that's sovereignty in itself. But yeah, by taking the time and effort to be harmonious and tap into yourself, this should help you recognize these daydreams and decisions that you want to follow through on. Simultaneously speaking, um, this should also help you recognize what's a well-deserved reward, especially when it comes to seeking these truths out. And also by taking the time to understand who you are and what this feels like, this should help you put yourself in harmony, especially when you're working on building yourself up to follow the stuff through, but also taking the time to recognize the things that you thought about and what's physically going on, so you can delineate between uh, thoughts and dreams about a relationship and actually following through and finding out what that relationship was about. Okay. That being said, symbolism is meant to understand the energies of the situation, so if anyone takes these symbolistic statements negative, don't be surprised when the evil eye shows up. Please realize it's important to experience this information and discern it for yourself. Peace be with you, Namaste. Thank you for your candor and have a nice day.